Hello, class. I am so glad you chose me as your professor, and I am going to get into some introduction questions. I graduated with a bachelor's in social science education, 6 through 12, from Bethune-Cookman University, and then eventually went on to get my master's in history at Southern New Hampshire University. Three things I like to do in my free time is read. I really like historical fiction, sometimes thrillers if they're not too scary, or like a mystery book. Um, I love hanging out with my son. His name is Jameer. And I also like hanging out with friends. Sometimes we go out to restaurants and we try different things. So I'm also a big foodie as well. What is one thing that annoys me? One thing that annoys me is liars. I really appreciate when someone is honest. Um, when you're honest, I'm going to accommodate you to my best ability. If you lie, I'm not going to help you at all. If if I could pick one song that can describe me, I think the song I would pick right now is called Be Right Back by Blask, and he's basically saying that I'm kind of working on myself, but when I come back, I'm going to be better than ever. That's kind of the gist of the song. What is my favorite historical time period is going to be the Harlem Renaissance. And the Harlem Renaissance is going to be this African American cultural movement when it comes to art, music, literature. I think the time period was a very safe place for African Americans during the time because it was between the 1930s, 1940s, where they could freely express themselves through different art forms. I love the fashion of that time period as well, and a lot of jazz music and a lot of just great writers came out of that time period, like Langston Hughes and James Baldwin. So that's my favorite time period to study. If I can interview any historical person, dead or alive, it is going to be former Congressman John Lewis. John Lewis was a part of the civil rights movement, and he started his civil rights journey very early, like at 14. He's from Alabama. He ends up being a part of SNCC, which is Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and works closely alongside Martin Luther King. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago, but that's someone who I would definitely want to pick their brain and just see how time was back then. Um, a quote I live by. This quote is, "May your pain turn into champagne." And basically, what it means is whatever you're going through in the time may feel like pain, but in the end, something good will come out of it and you can celebrate that something good. So, that is a little bit about me. I cannot wait to learn a little bit about you. And I hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you for listening.